those watching future broadcasts, we still have another 5 to 10 minutes before we're going to get started. Um, so you may need to skip forward if you're watching the future broadcast. Alright, we're a little early, but we're going to get started. Um, Today's stream is going to be a little different. We're going to be doing Satisfactory. Um, I will now plan on doing Factorio on Saturdays at 2 p.m. and then Satisfactory at 2 p.m. on Monday, EST. Um, if you want to catch live streams then, and feel free to join. Um, a big disclaimer to anybody who's watched Satisfactory and watched people play Satisfactory all the time. I don't have a really good skill with building in a 3D environment. Factorio I'm good at because you don't have to really build anything that looks good. Satisfactory, don't expect me to build super big factories that look incredible. I've seen some people build in Satisfactory. I am not very good at it. It's the same reason why I don't play a lot of Minecraft for streaming. I like Minecraft. I'm just not very good at building structures. I like building the bits that go into them. I just don't like the building the structures themselves, as I don't have a very good aesthetic value. But we are going to be starting our Satisfactory playthrough. I mentioned wanting to do this on a Factorio stream, and one of the viewers saw interest, so I decided to go ahead and start it. We are going to be doing a new game. I was like, does the checkmark mean I did something here, or because I've started on all three of these. I've started in all of these. I'm not a huge. I don't really have a preference over them. We're going to be doing this one. The only reason why I don't have a preference is because, unlike my first time that I was playing this, there's no real difference except the location. All four of these are in the same world, so we can get to them from anywhere. We are going to start with the onboarding process because I don't know if skipping it would skip the storyline content, and I want the storyline content. Actually, we're going to skip it because I'm going to hope that the intro doesn't skip the storyline content. And we're going to call it Satisfactory Live. We are going to go to the advanced game sessions. That's fine. We're going to keep power. We're going to keep fuel. We're going to keep unlock cost. We're going to unlock alternate recipes from the beginning. I don't like dealing with this. I don't like dealing with needing to unlock the recipes by going around and collecting the different bits. We are going to go around and collecting the different bits, but I don't want to fight for certain recipes that I feel like are better. I'm just gonna unlock these from the beginning. Again, if you guys aren't interested in watching because of that, that's fine by me. As far as progression, we will be doing this. We're gonna unlock all the researches. We're not gonna unlock everything in the awesome shop if we want some stuff from the awesome shop. That's more of cosmetic stuff. This is actually like researches I feel like I really do want, and I don't want to deal with the man, especially since we'll lose out on some of the greater stuff. That's limited resources, and prevents the arachnid creatures from spawning. I personally don't have a problem with arachnids, but I know that some people do, so I'm going to disable it for the stream. I would normally keep this running, but I don't see a problem in disabling it because they're not really necessary, and I don't mind disabling them for. It'll be fine for now. So, let's get started. We are going to start in the grass fields starting area. I know it says it's ideal for first timers, and that this might sound like it's better. I'm not doing this because it's easier. I'm doing this because I like the area. I know the area better than I know these areas, and I would like to start here. So we're going to start in the grass fields. And let's get started. I normally would cut this out, which I originally thought about recording this from the beginning, but and then bringing the live streams in later when we were further along. But I decided to just do the live streams from the beginning, as I feel like it'll be easier to run this the way I want to play it as a live stream rather than doing it as cutting stuff out. Because when I tried cutting stuff out in Factorio, I ended up cutting out too much, and then I felt like I was cutting out too little. This I can just live stream it for as long as I want, and then you guys can skip through it as you feel needed if you're rewatching it. If you join me for the live session, then you get to join me for the live session. Nope. And for a second there, I almost thought it crashed. Oh, we don't do the landing? That's annoying. There's the manta ray. Ah, foliage. Lovely, lovely greenery. Wonderful for starting an industry. So much stuff. Grab all the bushes. Wow. I have to say, even though I've been here several times, this is still beautiful. I know where we're going to get started, because it's where I start almost every time I start in this area. Grass, foliage, leaves. Wonderful nature for us to destroy. The only thing I wish the Satisfactory did, that Factorio does, I will make a lot of connections between the games because, well, to me, the two of them have a lot in common. Trying to remember how we do things. Alright, let's grab our zipper. Don't touch it! Sheesh. Therium! Useful.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability. Store this potential resource for later use.
Okay, why did it not just say gold? I'm pretty sure it's referring to gold. It's acting like gold is copyrighted or something.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
Alright, time to see if the story is actually in, because this is one of the mini story artifacts. Mercer Sphere. Yay, it speaks to us.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application. Store it for later use.
Oh. See where we're heading. The area of this map I call Niagara Falls, because they remind me of Niagara Falls. Plants! Must grab more bushes. My big thing about it is I wish that I could have kept the alternate recipes locked, but I wish that you got points to unlock them, and then you could unlock whichever ones you wanted. The only thing I don't like is the fact that they're completely random. Hey. Don't be doing that. Where'd he go? Ah. Come on. Gotcha. Ha. I'm not entirely good at fighting in this game, especially with this taser, which is basically called the Xeno Zapper. More better with the Xeno Basher. Iron. We're gonna have to do some manual labor to get our factory started. It's been a while since I played, so some of the controls are not as memorable to me. Oh, it's Q. Let's get started. So first we're gonna throw down our hub. Where's our hub? Oh, there's our hub. This is not from the start. This is from, we did skip the intro. I didn't want to deal with the intro. Oop. Definitely got benefits. There we are. All the necessities of home. A bed, a stool, and a computer game. I don't know if we're going to be playing that very often. I might play it a little bit whenever we're waiting for something, but I don't know if we're going to play it a lot. Doesn't go for very long. It's also kind of weird of where is it getting the water? Coffee machine. But how do I get the coffee? Good thing I'm not a huge fan of coffee. Microwave? I am a huge fan of microwave. We might customize the character later. We better get started though, because we have a long path to go in front of us, and not a lot, and not. Oop, no, wrong one. Wrong one. A long path to go, and this is only the beginning. Oh, many plates. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need, let's get some planning down. We need a smelter. We need a smelter. We need some power poles. We need a few we need a couple of storage place things. And we actually have all the stuff we need for all that. Cool. Because I don't plan on doing a lot of handcrafting. Because that stuff takes forever. So our goal is going to be to do a lot of prep to make it to where we won't have to do a lot of handcrafting. So that we have what we need to get settled. Iron ore in. Iron ingots. Now, I could put that stuff in there, but I'm gonna go check something real quick. Can I make biomass already? Yes, I can. Alright. So instead, what we are going to do is I'm going to grab another storage container. We're going to grab a constructor. And we're going to grab another storage container. I'm wondering if we should go look for some of the loops. I'm tempted. I don't know where they are, so it'd be me going off and randomly trying to stumble upon them. Let's see, not that one. Let's go with the equipment grid. Let's see. Portable miners, zip line. What I was looking for is not in here. And I wonder why, because I thought it was supposed to be. Maybe the scanner is not in the first version anymore? That's a lot of stuff. Iron. Lots of iron around here. Makes it one reason why it makes it a good starting spot. We're gonna run off. I'm gonna start this mission by focusing towards betterment right now.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use. I'm hoping we can find...
That wasn't what I was looking for, but it is something that we need to collect. I'm not great at fighting things in this game, if that's not already noticeable. Come on. Gotcha. Go. Gotcha. I want the slug. Give me the slug. I can't get it. It's not letting me up there. There we go. Oh, wait, no. The slug. How is this slug so difficult? I have an idea. Too uneven. Don't lie to me. I have an idea. If I am nothing else, I am persistent. Bingo! Gotcha.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
That's not what I'm trying to do. Why is it going up and down? Is it because I have it on a build style? Build mode. No, that's not right. Oh, there we go. Bridge! We're gonna be doing a lot of exploration in this first stream just so I can collect some stuff. Mostly Burster Sloops, Burster Spheres, Summer Sloops, Power Slugs. We won't be using these guys for a while though. Hey! Ooh, God! Well, that's not good. It's fine, it's only a yellow slug. And we lost a little bit of material with that bridge I built, but that's fine. We'll go back for it later. I'm gonna laugh if I end up getting myself killed this early. Let's get some of these.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fix-It to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
He always says that, every time. Come on, Ada, be a little bit more positive and a little bit more thoughtless. Thoughtless? Part of me would think that I should cut this stuff out because I'm just running around doing a whole lot of nothing. I like how my main reason for throwing down the hub where I did was because that's where I want to build my base, and I wanted to find my way back there easier than finding it the first time. Because even though I know where a lot of stuff is in this game by a little bit, I don't know everything. I like this game, but I have not played it too much. Where is the cemetery? That's literally what we're looking for. If we find one of those, I can head back to the base. Because all I need is to grab one, and we will have what we need to begin. Hi, doggo. I won't kill the doggos. I'm also not befriending the doggos. I don't see it as a long-term benefit. I might be wrong for that, but I don't want to deal with them. Mostly because I'm lazy. I can't say I wish you could build multiple hubs. I get why you can't. It would make for quite a annoying work. We're either going to go back when we find a summer sloot or when I fill my inventory up with leaves. Whoever first comes first. Or when we're forcibly sent back by these things killing us. That one hopefully does not happen. But I leave it as a possibility. Yo. I love being able to slide in this game. I loved it when that update came out. Leaves, plants, nature. Also kind of hoping we can find some other spots. There are a few places that are important for me to know where they're at. I kind of feel like we should have gotten some concrete first, so that we could build some cloud foundation to help us get around. But I can understand why I didn't want to do that. Whoa. Another slug. Come on, buddy. Gotcha. Another one. This. Ooh, Caterium. More Caterium. I won't be gathering everything. Mostly just because of the fact that a lot of it isn't as useful. But Caterium is one of those things that I find it to be useful to have at least a little bit of it early game. Nope, we're out of here. That thing's a little too powerful. Pack to full health. I need the Xeno Basher to take that thing on. I could probably kill it with the Xeno Zapper, but I don't want to. Now it's going to be persistent and not going to leave me alone. We're going to have to find a cliff to jump off. Run! Yeah, we left its territory. Luckily, they don't chase you very far. Usually. Is that another ore? Iron ore. I will take it. These chunks give you a pretty good amount for what you mine off of them, so it's not a bad idea to grab them. Grass! More iron nodes. We may need these eventually. Hopefully, when we finally build a big base, we'll be tapping as many of them as possible. Eventually, maybe. I am gonna try and break a lot of the habits I've had for this game that I normally do off camera, as in like handcrafting a lot and forgetting that I can build vertically. Do a lot of horizontal building thanks to the fact that I played a lot of Satisfactory. I mean, Factorio. They're both great games. I don't feel like there's a problem in comparing the two of them. They both have very good qualities. If I didn't like Satisfactory, I would only play Factorio. I like both. Not to mention Satisfactory has a lot of bonuses. We'll see them later in the later world. There's our base. Go this way real quick. I really want to find a summer sloot. I'm starting to think we're not going to. And if we don't, that's not that big of a problem. I want to find one, but if we don't find one, that's fine. I would just like to find one because it could be very useful to have one early game. Mushroom.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it, does not mean it won't eat you. Store this potential resource for later use.
Can't I just eat it and find out what happens? Why you always gotta ruin the mood? Just belts. And there we go. And up we go. Mercer Sphere. I was right. Darn it. That's annoying. We lost all of the storyline thanks to me skipping the initial process. That or it's because I played the game before. If that's the case, I'm really annoyed by it. Ooh, good. Alright, we're heading back to the base. I've gotten tired of just running around looking for a summer sloop for what is basically a very poor excuse. Oh god. Berries! I was looking for a summer sloop so I could maximize all of this foliage, but at this point I just want to get started. We'll deal with the need for foliage later. And hope that we have enough foliage to get us through the beginning of this without much problem. First, biomass. Let's also do this, because this will help us make a lot of biomass very quickly. There we go. Now, you get some biomass. You get some biomass. Didn't really want you to turn on, but whatever. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Leaves, leaves. And there we go. Now we'll craft biomass. And it's crafting ingots. Wonderful. Priority merger. Interesting. We're missing quite a bit for that. We'll get to that later. Alright. Now, base building. If you get foundations, that's very useful for me. Especially since we did that for early work. Logistics. And not super necessary at the moment. Ah, there's the or object scanner that I was looking for, and the map apparently, and inventory slots. And now the completely useless man because I decided to go against that. Tier 2? Part assembly. Object clearing, solid biofuel. That's pretty useful. Resource tickets and logistics too. I think we might be due with. I think we might need to go with this. Let's not. Let's not say we did. Let's go with. Let's get our concrete started. Which we need more concrete. We need more bars, and we need more things. But that's fine. Sunsetting? Maybe. Do you have miners? I didn't realize we had miners. Forgot that's part of the onboarding process. Tech 0. This has got one connection on it. My problem always is with these early power poles is running out of connections. Doctor. And storage container. Iron. I need more iron. I feel like the Pioneer has to be able to parkour like crazy to get around this place. Ah, wrong button. This is out of iron ore. Deuterium. Let's just do the rest of this iron ore for quick. Concrete. There we go. We're getting a lot of concrete and foundation. One reason why I'm getting started with that now. That. Not you. Miner. I'm missing material. Lights. Takes so long. No reason why we're moving against it. Belts. Miner to smelter. Yep. Alright, you can turn the power pole markers off. Alright, so we're still missing a lot of the iron stuff and a ton of the concrete. The concrete is currently being worked on, and we're currently mining the iron for iron. Alright, let's do a redesign, because I'm impatient. Now, this mine's 30 a minute, while this will process 30 a minute. So this is a 1-to-1 ratio. These repairs, these comments. No, they're impures. It's even worse than I thought. Oh no. That's all right. Oh no, I need copper. Oh wait. Come on. Get back here. Got it. Alright, we gotta go back to we gotta go get copper. Which luckily I know where a copper node is. Which, do we have any? We have one on us. That's fine. I'd rather have like 2 or 3, but one miner will be fine. Because if you've never played this game, an interesting fact, you can actually put the little miners we build into the big miners on ore patches. These little guys are cool. Come on. Gotta get the Xeno Basher. The Xeno Zapper is just not good enough. Alright. We will have to eventually set up a copper outpost here, but we'll deal with that in a minute. We're gonna need to do a lot more power as well, because we're not gonna have enough for all of this. All in good time. This is the beginning of a long factory game. Before you may automate, you must craft. I wish that I could play like the Satisfactory fan-made songs without getting yelled at for it. I'm not trying to steal your credit. I'm trying to show a really great song for a really cool game. All right, and needs one more. We're gonna need another connection, so let's go ahead and put one here. It's the starter base. It's gonna have a lot of connections. Problems. You can go there. You can go there. Did I blow the power grid? Is that why everything stopped? Nope, not yet. We're getting close though. Wait, what? That connects that, that connects that, that connects that. Oh. Now I popped the power grid. Did I pop the power grid? Oh, apparently not. Arrgh. Production. Power grid. I need another miner. We're also gonna need more iron sticks. It's always rough going back from being in the late game to being in the beginning game. Nope, not that. That definitely don't work. More on plates. There goes the power grid. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Wow. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Might as well make these now. We're going to need them. More copper. Ah. And then iron. Oh. The splitter. That's a splitter. Oh, because it's all... Okay, never mind. So confused there for a second. Brain was like, what? You... You... And apparently not one of you. Yeah, we need to go go grab the biomass. Biomass in. Biomass in. Power back on. There we go. Iron. Iron. I need a lot more iron. Oh wait, we picked up the ingots, not the plates. Need more wires. How is the settings? Because the music seems a little lackluster. Okay. I feel like the music needs to be a bit more in this game. But then again, it might just be the type of game. Who knows? I think I always feel like games are missing a bit of music just because of the fact, like, with Minecraft, Factorio, it's just like, the music is nice, I just wish it played more often. Alright, that should be enough to build our constructors. One constructor there. One constructor there. And these two can just be for straight iron for other purposes I may need iron for the early game. rods. Plates. Then storage container. Good. Oh, we at least got the plates going. I'll have to wait a little bit for the storage container to get started. Right. Right. Wonder how we're doing with concrete. Answer, not bad. Not bad. Not bad, but not a lot. We still need quite a bit more before we're going to be finished. And then we have a lot of iron to work our way through. When it comes down to it, I think I'd rather make rods than make plates just because of the fact that plates take 3 hits, rods only take a single. I'd rather make neither, but that's not a choice at the early game. There we go. Rods and plates are now automated. So now we can run off and go do something else and work on something else while it works. Summer sleep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach that. This is too uneven. Bingo. I'm missing plates. Only you can prevent overgrowth. Wait a minute. I forgot I had a limestone that's closer. That's fine. Constructor. Need a ton of screws for these things. Oh, and plates. There we go. Good enough for it now. Missing wire. Or cable, not wire. plates. Fix. Need lots of cables, lots of wire, lots of plates. While we wait for the iron products and the concrete to finish, we're going to go work on getting a copper base set up, so we don't have to worry about copper either. May force us to have to increase our production of power, but we'll deal with that later. Didn't have enough cable. That's a problem. Deal with that in a little while. I need 4 more plates, reinforced plates, and then we'll be able to start working towards. And then we'll head over there, because I should have what I need on me to craft a crafting bench over there, and we'll make the rest of the copper wire over there since we'll be near copper. Where is it? There it is. Hey, I forgot we put this guy down here. Miner. I forgot to check for miner stuff. Oh. And we should have, because we only have enough to build one. Portable miner. I think we're going to need another one of anything from there now. Production, miner. Bring both of them online. It appears that we are now low on iron plates as well. Got a few of those. Let's see what we can get to. More wire. Are you going the right way? Yep, it is. That's actually kind of funny. Welcome, Sex. Yep, pretty much the same thing I'm thinking is, I wouldn't call it satisfactory, not yet, at least. We have a long way to go before we're at that level. We have the early game to get through, which is annoying to say the least. Oh no. Don't you love it when it faces through the rock? Six. I feel like you're leaving us with no other option, really, when it comes down to it. I wish that wasn't the case, but it truly is the case that you have left us with pretty much no option here. Oh, this is gonna be amazing if I can actually get these to connect together. I doubt I can, though. That works. I think that's too steep. That is not too steep. We're gonna go with wire. I'm missing cable. Really? Back. Where did you come from? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Cutting edge. Wire. And cable. And iron plates. I mean, no, not wrong, game. The factory must grow. That is part of Satisfactory as well. Automation for Fix-It Corp? Who knows? I feel like there's a saying behind it. And I think I'm just not remembering it properly. Yeah, pretty much. Well, not entirely. It's freeform as long as you're not on platforms. And I'm currently trying to research platforms. I literally just started the game an hour ago. There's a lot of things that I have unlocked because I chose not to go through a lot of the unlocking process. While we have to do most of the research, a lot of the what I consider excess research isn't necessary in this. So we have a little bit of things to go by. I've completely crafted the wrong thing. But there's like optional researches that you usually have to do where you have to go and find crash sites to get alternate recipes. I don't like doing that, so I choose to unlock those from the beginning. And then there's researches at a device called the MAM, which is usually also something you were supposed to do, but again, I chose to... Oop, wrong way. I chose to instead start with those researches unlocked, because I don't like having to deal with unlocking them. I'm gonna go back to the main base and grab iron plates, but I'm gonna grab them from here because I want to get this finished up before I head back to the main base for any amount of time. That has time to run in the background. Need more iron plates. We're almost there, though. This should be the last time I have to run back and grab iron plates. Well, for this particular, to finish up the copper project. And there we go. But yeah, once you get to foundations, you start to build on you can build on a grid, but it's pretty freeform until you get to that point. Iron sticks. Let's go check our concrete and see if we have enough foundations. And we can start working on a foundation. Yeah, it's not really the early game. Like, I did skip the early game, which sadly also skipped the story apparently, because none of the story scenes are triggering. Because there's a bit of a story to this with Ada talking to you about different things. But like, the other thing that it like unlocks is like, if you notice, if we look into like, let's say we look into here, you'll notice I can craft screws from iron rods. Well, if I open up this, we'll find out that I don't have enough plates to craft that, apparently. 1 second. But, we'll notice that if I go into this, there's like, we have this alternate screw recipe, which is straight from iron ingots to iron screws. You normally don't have that at the start. You normally have to go and find crash sites to get alternate recipes, to get these different alternate recipes that there are throughout here, or to research them to find out what they are and stuff like that. I choose to turn the option on to automatically have all that stuff because I don't want to deal with running around looking for the crash sites or dealing with the monsters that are at the crash sites guarding them.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are known. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Believe in the fix-it. So now I can build foundation, which, similar to concrete in Factorio, gives an appearance to your builds. But if I place out a bit of a foundation real quick, I'm going to be removing this because I didn't place it properly, but but this can just show us that what's going on. We'll notice that there's now a bit more of a snap grid to it. We'll notice that it's kind of like clicking around. It's probably easier to see it with a power pole. You'll notice that it's got spots now, where over here we'll notice it kind of glides. I normally put like the power poles on these little cross sections to make it look a little bit better. The other thing about Satisfactory that I like better than Factorio is I use the parts to assemble these, but when I disassemble them, I get the parts back, unlike Factorio where you get the entire building back. It was one reason I was glad they added in the recycler, because I like being able to get everything back, so I can start working, so I can get rid of buildings I don't need. thought he was a lot higher than he is. Slug! Doggo. Alright, let's get working on actually building the actual foundation for what will be our base for now. And the entire reason why we built over here. Alright, I think I'm now, yes, I am now on the grid of the world. Which is why I wanted to place down this one. Because now I can place on the grid of the world. And build mode. Oh, I need a miner. $60 per minute. Yep. Now, if I look at the constructor, how fast does it make concrete? It needs 45 per minute, so it's not fast enough for us to use multiples of these. We'll have to get a power slug eventually for that. It's okay, we don't have a splitter anyways. Not that one. That one. Logistics. No, organization. There we go. That's working there, that's working there. How is this doing? 61, 61. The next thing we need is we need splitters and mergers. Will be the next one, which is 300 copper wire, 150 iron rods, and 150 iron plates. one of the reasons why setting up all these early systems is a good idea, because the fact that it starts helping get everything running quicker. It's rods, copper wire.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't make me feel refreshed. That sounds terrifying. Copper, concrete. Concrete, baby. Logistics, conveyor, merger. Build mode. What was it? 3060? I think this was a 60. Might have been a 45. It's 60. So this is 90 ore now coming through. Which, can my belts even handle that? Nope. This was a bad idea from the beginning. Oh, yeah, I am. It's a way of getting around faster. It doesn't, it's not that he looks like he's sliding, he is sliding. Alright, so let's see, organization, logistics, splitter. And production, constructor. Splitter. I have to. You also jump slightly higher. place them on the wrong way too? Yes, I did. Not you. Nope. Not there. Concrete. Great. Organizer. No logistics. Merger. And storage crate. There we go. I thought the power grid shut down. It sounded like it did. Nope, I was wrong. Now it'll make concrete slightly faster than we were before. Which we're going to need a lot of concrete to build over this. Later, though. Yeah, pretty much. Satisfactory spaghetti is 3D, while Factorio is limited to, I would say, a semi-3D space. Most people are confused when I say that, but you do have underground belts, so you can go underground. And now with elevated rails in Satisfactory, you now have a up and a down from the base, but you're pretty much looking at it from a top down. So your spaghetti's pretty limited to being in 2D. With this, you can go pretty extensive. There's a couple of people I've seen who do absolutely insane builds on this that are just all over the place and are just completely and utterly wild for their constructions. I need to get better belts. That we're gonna have to get logistics to as quickly as possible. Might as well see what that would take. Don't need field research yet. Would be useful to get the map, but not entirely necessary at this juncture. Conveyor belts 2 would be better, which we're going to need the reinforced plates, normal plates, rods, and concrete. We're already making 2 of those. We just need to make the plates. We'll probably just handcraft the reinforced plates, truth be told. As much as I shouldn't do that, because I shouldn't be handcrafting. Wait a minute. Why aren't you guys working? No power. What do you mean no power? What? Oh. When did I do that? Turn back on. But yeah, it's spaghetti in Factorio can get a lot worse than spaghetti in Satisfactory, or spaghetti in Satisfactory can get a lot worse than spaghetti in Factorio, just because of the fact that you do run into, you now have the ability to spaghetti in 3-dimension instead of just 2-dimensional. And speaking of spaghetti, here is our What's the opposite of a connoisseur of spaghetti? What's the type of person? What do you call a person who completely and utterly despises something? Does that mean that if I start spaghetti, you're gonna join in only to stand there with a sign that says "Down with spaghetti"? You're more than free to join me, Wolf, if you'd like. I can turn this into a multiplayer. I've actually gotten a lot better at controlling how much spaghetti is in the base as soon as I'm able to get to a base. This doesn't count because this is currently just me getting every starter supplies. I didn't mean today. I like how I said I could change this to a multiplayer. I don't know if I can. I think I can. Might already be a multiplayer. Manage session. Manage players. Manage settings. Oh yeah, I can change it. We'll look into it later. What does it take to get a dimensional storage unit? The only thing I don't have there is the SAM. Could get SAM. Now we go on an adventure. Do I have ladders? I do not have ladders. I don't remember how I get ladders. Is that the awesome shop? Milestones. Awesome shop? That one would be more viable for us. Well, let's go with the sync bonus. Need more copper, more concrete, and more iron, or more iron plates. I know where there's some SAM ore we can go get that'll be relatively easy to grab. need some the ability to move vertically very easily, and so um, grabbing ladders would be more useful. Not to mention foundation. We are nowhere near enough concrete. That's all right. Production. We don't have a lot of Caterium yet. Which is basically gold. I don't know why they just didn't call it gold. I'm wondering if gold is like somehow copyrighted. Oh, that takes steel. Right. So we're gonna need to get to steel before we can get to Sam ore anyways. We'll keep going with the awesome shop just because we do need to unlock it eventually, but we're not going to be able to do it as easily as I was hoping. Let's see. What do we want to do next? We're going to leave this stuff running and we're going to go explore. Because I still need to find an item in this game called a Summer Sloop. Bingo. There's one. Got it.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of Fixit and head of its R&D department. There are many theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically resembling a Mobius strip has found its way into both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Store it for later use. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted called Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
Apparently I wasn't very good at naming. That was just complicated. Makes it easy to know what it is, though. This sulfur? Yes, it is.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state, and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fixit helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
There we go. Now he has the summer suit. Switch it over to this one. Now, for those who don't know this game and don't know what a summer salute does, it basically doubles the output of anything you put it into. It also increases... I also think it increases the power demand, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. But these things, like these power slugs and a couple of other things in the game, you only get a handful of them. There's a certain number of them in the game, so when I usually won't process them until I have a summer salute, in order to have double the output. So our four blue power slugs, which normally only create one power shard each, created 8 power shards. Power shards just make machines faster. Now, most machines you won't benefit too much from putting a power shard into other than making them faster. But we can put them into miners, and then the miners will produce ore faster, which then increases the amount of ore we're going to get from them. And unlike Factorio, Satisfactory, the ores don't run out. There's only a finite amount of it in the world, but all of the sources are infinite. one thing I'm going to do for now, since we don't need, since we're not making anything with the summer sloop, I'm going to move it over to one of our concrete makers to make concrete faster. So instead of our usual 15 per minute, we're going to be getting 30 per minute. Yep, there goes the power grid. Now the question is, did we lose power because we ran out of fuel, or did we lose power because summer sloop's too much? Summer sloop's too much. That's okay. We have other ways of dealing with this. Have anything else that we can do that's going to be less demanding concrete right now? Oh, this doesn't require concrete. We're going to need more copper wire. A bit blockish. This is just going to be where the starter base goes. Eventually my base will encompass the entirety of the map that is everywhere around us. I'm only building here because it's open and it's got a lot of early game iron and early game copper. Oh.
Milestone reached.
Well,
supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
well, I mean, yes, it is very sea blockish, void blockish, sky blockish. The main reasoning for me is the fact that I like those styles. I like having a blank canvas to work with. one reason why sea blocks and void blocks and sky blocks were always something I liked. I liked the idea of having nothing to start with, because that meant I had infinite possibilities, because anything I built would be mine. I didn't need to run around looking for the perfect area to build. I didn't need to look around for something that looked nice. I just had the ability to make something that was nice. There are some things nice about having things to work with from the start, but I like the idea of having nothing and working up to everything. A zero to hero story is one of my favorite types. I'm also probably not the only one who decides to build over here, since I wouldn't be surprised if people build over here all the time. This was the first place I built in Satisfactory when I first got the game, and I've built here every single time since. You can notice that this one's like glowing purple and putting out purple energy thanks to the summer salute. We could try giving it some power cells, see if that works. This is gonna pop the power grid, I can almost guarantee it. Oh wow, it didn't. I'm a little surprised. Not that it matters. We don't have enough material coming in to make it worth it. Oh, it's back. We could probably up the plates and plates of the rods. So this makes 30 per minute. This consumes 20 per minute. Oh, it consumes 30 per minute. Never mind. This consumes 15 per minute. This outputs 30 per minute. So what we can do is we can go ahead and up this one 200% to create 30 per minute. And that'll give us rods a lot faster. Gonna plant a cactus cat near me. Are you starting to see some spaghetti and you're not liking it? Spaghetti is not a bad thing. You need to overcome this unnatural fear you have of spaghetti. I think you'll find that if you talk to Cactus Cat, you'll find Cactus Cat loves spaghetti. Sounds like a nasty reaction to me. Oh, is this where the biomass? Yeah, this is where the biomass comes out. Oopsies. Other side. There go the lawn clippings. It needs 120 per minute, and we're not going to give it 120 per minute because the belts can only handle 60 per minute, so it's not a big deal. I'd like to get to this so we can have solid biofuel. Take this stuff back. Nope. Take.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the Awesome Resource Sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
I think this is like the perfect game to like explain corporate greed to somebody. Like, Factorio is all about pollution, this is all about corporate greed. And you know what? We've worked really hard today. We've done a lot of work today. I think it's time we relax and play a video game. Let's relax and play a video game. Level 1. Hey, we got 1 star. Well, level 2. Not bad. Alright, alright. Lights. Lights. Let's go get the cable, and then we'll go get the concrete. Screws, wire, concrete. Go!
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
Contractually mandated fun, fun, fun! Biomass! Go. No, we don't have enough power for it. One. Try again. There it goes. Nope. Still too much. Try again. Alright, we've gotten started in this game. As per the usual, I might do some off-camera work in between streams just to get resources piling in. Sitting back, not building anything, not really working on any constructions. But, hopefully in the next one we will be doing more. I will not be doing any research or any major factory construction off screen. I will only be letting product run. I will only be processing stuff into material for our future work. But for now, we're going to be ending this stream. If you guys want to see more, hit that like button. It lets me know that Satisfactory is something you guys want to see more of. If you guys want to make sure you're catching all of my streams and all of my content, hit that subscribe button so that you get notified when I'm going live and when I'm releasing new content. And if you'd like to help me out and encourage me even more, hit that comment section and let me know what you thought of the stream. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.